Hello guys, I'm starting I'm starting this live like a Russian relay. I have the most epic tropical storm coming in from that way, so hopefully I'll be able to say a couple of cents and give you guys an update on Confident. It used to be a workshop, now it's a masterclass, but first of all I wanted to tell you guys that I did upload a blog on the Earth Shredders, and I did put a link into the stories. So if you have no idea what the heck that is, go check it out. Go tell me if you relate. And yeah, I have no idea why Instagram is giving me bad lighting, but whatever. So, god damn. There's all these new features I can't keep up. So how are you guys? How you guys going? What's up? What's hanging? Comment me how things are on your way. I decided to give you guys like a sneak peek of the masterclass which I created, and I put in two more things, actually three more things, what am I saying? Because I gave you guys a live, and I gave you guys, well, actually three lives, and one coaching thing and another one. Hey dude, I think I'm only going to be able to, hi Adrian, I think I'm only going to be able to comment on a few things because I don't want to screw with any of the tech right now. As you can see, I'm outside, so hands up who's loving what's happening right now. It's November, start of it ish. 6th, I think. Anyway, irrelevant. Irrelevant when it comes to trying to approach women, which is what I'm going to try and talk to you guys about. Ooh, summer. So I'm going to put in the stories about what I've been kind of doing because lately I feel it is really tough to get up and when you're in the middle of a lockdown or post-lockdown or pre-lockdown and not feel some kind of panic, right? So that's where I'm at. Feeling a kind of panic about where things are and stuff, and that's why I start to have to ground myself. I do journaling, I do my coffee, I do my ASMR, I listen to some I don't know what jazz or what have you, double J, triple J, whatever the heck. Does anyone follow that? Let me know. So that's really cool stuff. And then I thought, well, have I really shown you guys what's happening in that masterclass? Because I added a few things to it, and it's like amazeballs stuff. Also, I made a prayer to the universe that it would hold my tripod steady because, check this out. Yeah, like I said, I'm playing Russian roulette with my equipment and with the weather. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so the other week I was creating a few things. Yes, it is very peaceful, I agree. Everyone says the same thing, it's very relaxing, all the greenery and the fact that there's no noise, apart from me talking. But I'm not noise, I'm the bomb, I'm the shiz, I'm everything that you want. So, yeah, so there were three lives because I put together some content for you guys. The ones that are trying to talk to women, trying to approach them, trying to get into that positive mindset and actually, make that next step, make that next move. I'm making it possible now. I created a live 1, live 2, and live 3, which are all about that mindset, figuring out where you're blocked off, giving you techniques to actually follow onto that woman and actually check out how responsive she is to you, because that's a big thing. And what else? Yeah, so there's more to it. Live 3 goes into the 3 questions you should ask on a date to make it very strategic, because everyone knows not everyone has time these days, and even if you do have time, why would you want to waste it on someone that doesn't like you back, right? So I actually make it really easy for you to figure that out. So those are the 3 lives. Actually, I began it on a very juicy topic as in how to approach women now, and then I went into the psychology behind it in live 2. Should check out in the stories, I post it all the time, about how you can get behind the fears of what's blocking you up, because it's not always about the approach, it's about the psychology behind it. So I go into that, unraveling the fear story, approaching attractive women and how to do that and what's the insight behind that. So you should actually come out feeling pretty confident, just like I promised, confident, the masterclass. And then there's the group coaching, which is new for me, but I decided to add it because you guys need really cool dudes next to you who are in the same mentality, same drive, want to do the same things, and want to get out there. And you can support each other, get some insight from what you're all doing. So that will be a 1.5 hours of group coaching for that. I'll be going in depth of what you guys have been through, where you guys are at, just to give you that further boost. So that's all more or less in the same week. You get up to 2 weeks, and then you get up to the whole month just to ground that learning. And then you get the one-on-one group, one-on-one private session with me, just to make sure that you can really talk through whatever it is that you're going through. Also meet me face to face, get some private talks happening. So yeah, really good stuff. Give me a thumbs up if you're into that, and I'll chat to you in the DMs. Let me know how that goes, and also what you'd like to see more of, because my intention is to get you approaching women like now. I'm approaching women this week. What is it that's holding you back? So DM me what came up for you. And yeah, apart from that, I was actually going to show you a sneak peek directly through the computer as to what the process is to get into the masterclass, because I've created a page with the details, the reasoning behind the what, the why, and the how, a little bit about me, and also the details of what's happening in the masterclasses. So you get to get all the benefits of that. And once you click that you're in, it gives you the payment page for through Gumroad, which is more details about what you're getting into. And then you get to join the Facebook group where everything happens. And there's already the downloads there. You already get the lives in there. So far, what I am anticipating is that you guys will click on the link that will hold you to the group chat, and also the group coaching link via Zoom, and then also the private one. And that's basically it. That's the whole masterclass. And the reason I call it a masterclass is because I used to call it a workshop, but then I put so much stuff into it that I'm like, well, wait a minute. So I feel better calling it the masterclass. It sounds a bit more posh. Hands up who agrees. I mean, how posh do you want to be approaching women? It just makes me feel awesome. It's just my thing. So, for everyone that's watching that's new, I'm Anna Lakoa. I'm your dating coach. I am bringing you out of your mind funk. My passion is to bring you out of the mind funk, get you serving your purpose and your drive and your health, so that you can contribute to the community and help your women. And that's a bit of a big deal. It's a big mission statement, considering the fact that I'm trying to get you guys to talk to women this week. But baby steps, right? So yeah, I am such a risk taker. I'm like seeing these stormy clouds at the back, and I'm like, are you sure about this, Hannah? Well, I am, because I wanted to take advantage of this beautiful scenery. Like, why wouldn't I? I want something new. I don't want to be inside all the time. You guys can barely see my face when I'm inside, so I don't know why. It's a bloody camera. So yeah, anyone having a good Monday so far? And if it's not, let me know how you want it to be. I have been doing these kind of grounding techniques where I eat and I drink and I talk to really cool people. I reply to DMs. I check my social media, obviously. I have my music on to get me into the higher vibe. I choose the higher vibe for myself all the time. Like, I can't even stand, Triple J or Double J if they start playing something really odd, or if SPS Jill gets too annoying. I just change. I change it. I switch it up. I do something else. And then in my journal, I've actually got 2 now. Well, I've actually always had 2. I've got way more than that, but these are the key ones that I actually do right now. What do? I grab one, which is for my to-do, which I tick, because during these lockdowns, not easy to get through, I actually boost my motivation to get out and in and all the rest. And then I put in, some affirmations that make me feel better, because when you're getting up in a panic, because you feel like nothing's actually happening, hands up who feels this way. When you feel like nothing is happening, you tend to panic, and then you kind of want some decent amount of normality. It doesn't even matter if you've got a full schedule or not, which definitely distracts you any day, I would agree. But when you wake up in that panic, it's like subconsciously you know that things are off. Do you guys relate? And so that's where I've got the journal. One of them, my big A4 beautiful pad, I actually put in a manifestation sentence, which I write it out like 2 pages worth, repeating it. I got that from Bob Proctor's practice, so ooh, Adrian, good stuff. That's a high five to you, mate, too. That's a pandemic high five. So anyone else feeling that way? And I just put in that manifestation, and the more I write out that sentence, the more I get into the vibes of what I want, which I think is crucial. You really got to do something that you feel good about. You got to do something that you feel high vibe about. If you're not excited or happy today, then you got to wonder, well, what can I do? It's not so much about staying in the low vibe. That's annoying. It's more the fact that you need to like intentionally and consciously make yourself feel good, whichever way that is. So yeah, it's one of those things. And then I decided to tell you guys about this and also give you a bit of a behind the scenes look at things. Um, I have expanded on Confident Masterclass because I had one little Gumroad shindig which was worth $99 at the time, and I only was planning on doing 2 lives, of course, as always. And then things happened, then things changed, and I thought, well, there's way more details in there that I can't really compact into that masterclass. Besides which, the price has gone up because there's more value that I'm putting in it. So I had to create a whole page about me, what's going on, what's happening, etc. So yeah, so what have you guys learned so far, and where are you at? Um, DM me to find out what I call the Earth Shredders and what that's about. I'll also be putting in soon enough uh, the blog that I made because I feel like it on good partnership material, because we talk too much about what we don't want and not enough on what we do want, which is fun because I can talk about that for a second. I was talking to myself, going, okay, why do I feel why do I feel panic in the mornings? Like, what is it that I feel like is missing? I wrote that down. I wrote something down about it. And then I go, well, what if things are actually okay? And I've learned that, especially with anxiety, you have to figure out what is the actual reaction, if you're actually feeling a reaction to something, or if you're something that has been a reaction to a situation has become a habit. These things are real. Um, for me, every time I was going up to the shops, I felt this pang of anxiety because, let's face it, so much stuff has happened, and not exactly legally, that the body's trying to cope, but it can't because it gives you these anxiety, you know, feelings. So I would just sort of sit with it and just talk it out and go, how am I feeling? What is the source of this feeling? How am I getting around it? And I just noticed that slowly but surely, this anxiety thing, this attack, was actually just a habit that came from a reaction. But because the body's so used to giving out the same reaction, and you get so not comfortable with it, but it keeps giving you that same habit because it's trying to keep you safe. We call it safe. I call it probably a comfort zone, actually. I'd probably call it a comfort zone. And so what that gives you is essentially that feeling like it's a fight or flight mode. That's what the anxiety attack is about. But the thing I hate about it is how much it drains you at the end of the day. You just don't feel like doing anything, which is nuts. So I was feeling this about August, September, I think. And so I was just sitting with it, realized that certain things were a habit, certain things were a reaction, and I just sort of cooled that off. I made myself feel that I was unavailable for certain things, and then I went into the mental health check-in. P.S. Anyone watching this and you want to talk about something, or you are feeling a bit weird, come right over and have a chat, because quite frankly, life is worth living. But if you're going to keep on smiling at everyone but be depressed deep inside, and apparently this is a thing, you're not doing yourself much justice. There's more to life than being very sad about everything. Speaking as someone who had bits and pieces of depression and anxiety before, and insomnia, I can definitely talk about it, and I'm more than happy to, so don't hesitate. Especially with men's health. It's a big, big issue that's not being communicated quite enough. So yeah. Whew. I think I've talked myself out of that one. Does this make sense to everyone? You can choose high vibe. You can choose to approach people today, this week. My masterclass is being offered right now at a discount. It was $666 before, and now it's at $444 because I'm like, well, may as well bring it out to you guys at that amount. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. And if you're following me for long enough, you would have entertained the thought of what everything means to you, which is a big deal to me. I want love, essentially, to look accessible. Apologies if you couldn't hear me over the cockatoo. So yeah. Once you're more intentional about your time, because one of the big things is like this. When you're dating for the sake of dating, you're kind of in the middle of a loop. And if you're kind of dating to prove something, you're also in the middle of a loop. And if you're trying to like, I don't know, do something out of revenge, anything that kind of brings you back into the past, you kind of got to get out of. And also, ooh, did I get another comment? See anything? No. Cool. So you got 2 viewers on Facebook. So anything that brings you forward and not behind, in terms of proving your ego with something, proving yourself that you can do something, anything that makes you feel like you're not enough, or you're too small, or you're hopeless, or anything, you got to get out of that. I help you get out of that, and I help you figure out what it is that's holding you back in terms of so many things. So that's really cool. And I also wanted to mention that I'm probably going to put in the first step as another training for you guys, as probably an addition of $100, which is more than $100 less of the initial thing. It actually has so many more downloads as well. In the Confident Masterclass, you actually get Crack the Chat lines, which were originally in Hack Your Masculinity, and you also get got Crack the Chat. You've got Being Social, a Hack for Introverts, which is a 3-step method hack. You get there's a whole bunch of downloads in there. I can't freaking remember them for my life, even though I've created them and I've put them out there. They're ready and available right now in the group. And there's just so many things worth mentioning about how you can approach a woman, how can you be confident around one, unblocking the things that are stopping you from getting there, and, you know, realizing that there is absolutely no reason why I can't walk up to that woman, whether she's standing, sitting, walking, running, whatever the heck it is. Because I break it down for you, and I also break down what it means to approach an attractive woman. Because, well, it's really all in the head. You kind of need to get into the trainings of it. So yeah, that's what's involved. I will be talking more about it in stories, but that's basically it, I believe. If you've got any other questions, please do DM me. I will be showing them up in the stories in a response, potentially. If you are looking for a woman right now, have a conversation with me, because I can show you the steps to strategically go after that goal that you have in mind. And if you have some kind of suspicion or doubt or fear or worry or whatever, come to me about it, because time is short and you want to connect now and you want to figure out what it is that's holding you back this whole time, and essentially just make yourself feel more high vibe and good and more wholesome, and stop kind of questioning your own desires, because that's what all of you guys do. You always want to connect and get intimate and schmooze up that person, but the funniest part is that in a real connection you don't have to do half of that. The connection is in building the trust and the bond, and I show you how to do that, because that's when that woman gives you back that warmth that you're craving, and you don't have to go so far as to do everything, do all the work, which is what you're normally doing when it comes to new relationships where you don't feel worthy of the woman's attention, love, care, focus, and you feel like you failed somewhere. So of course you compensate that with something else. We dig deep and figure out what that is, so that you can actually just be wholesome, grounded, solid, healthy in your mind and in your actions, and it's so much easier to connect from that space. So yeah, I think that's more or less it, guys. That's what I came in to talk to you guys about. The sneak peek I will be putting up like shortly to show you what's going on. If you've got any other questions, shoot me a DM about it. I am available for private sessions as well. I've still got 5 spots left for that, and I am looking forward to doing more with you guys. If you're looking for a foolproof method and you're looking for a great mindset and technique that you can use at any point, wherever the heck you are, wherever you are, however you're feeling, you want to check out this masterclass, because I've actually put in all kinds of points about them, and I've gone into all the kinds of fears that you could have, from fear of being judged, your identity, to pick-up lines, just like you guys asked, and the mindset that goes behind being successful at the pick-up lines. because it's all about the connection, not about the quantity of women that you can be going for. That's for you guys looking for the short-term stuff. For you guys looking for the long-term commitments, there's plenty in there to get you into that date fast, which is happening in By Live 3, where I go into the kind of questions you could be asking, the kind of questions that will lead you to that successful bonding and trust and all the rest. So lots of fun. I am very proud of this offer. I created it like on the spot because I knew that you guys needed that extra boost, that support to get you through. And just be unapologetically yourself. Just be unapologetically yourself. Show who you actually are. Show your confidence, and that's pretty much how you get the woman of your dreams walking in. She'll be the woman of your dreams because she'll be connecting with you, giving you that loyalty, that respect you're looking for. She'll be making love look easy. She'll be making that relationship look easy. Yes, the masterclass is always interesting, and it's always, I believe in mileage. I don't like to just leave you guys with just pick-up lines and a couple of examples of what to do. Like, I'm just not that chick. Sorry. If you want another coach who is going to give you a step-by-step process to chatting to a woman, go do that. Go do it. I bless you with that decision and that action. But me, I want to see you guys feeling awesome, going towards that woman, knowing who you are and what you want, and actually communicating that, doing all kinds of mirror work, doing your affirmations, doing your what the heck is blocking me today, getting into that work, getting behind that work, and then going from, hey, this stuff is really interesting, I just picked up a stimulus around us in the environment, I'm going to talk about it now so that you see that I am a man of intention and purpose and drive, and I'm not here because you are one hot woman and I really want to talk to you, but it's because I want a connection with you, I want to build trust with you. Woohoo! Do you just feel the high vibes from that? And you go from that into the date, and then you know what you want from that date. So hands up who wants in. I'll send you the link to the details page and what you can go from there. It's a good time to be alive, and there's no better time than now to connect. I had a friend called Russie from the Social Collective, if you catch him on Instagram. Spoken to him some time ago before Corona hit, and he was actually on the Today Show in Australia. He was kind of talking about how our standards for dates are going to be changing because people don't really want the bars and the drinks anymore. They just want to connect over a coffee. And that's a big deal now because, you know, everything's been opening, the connection, the connection point for people has progressed a bit. People don't want to just, you know, go out for the sake of being out. They want to connect, they want that relationship, they want to dive into something better, they want a long-term commitment, they want to be happy, essentially. So, yeah. And I know that man, and I'm just so happy for him, and I'm like, shoot, I've got friends who are on the TV, on the news, like, even if we don't watch it, you know, 20 to 30s, we definitely don't watch the news anymore, do we? Especially not after Gladys's 11 a.m. announcements. It's just great to see that happening. So yeah, that's more or less it, guys. Unless you guys have further comments or questions, I shall be heading off. And probably a good thing because it's so weird, like we've got all these winds and like storms, but today it's just not happening. Too much wind, I think. I'm lucky. I am so very lucky to be able to do this in this beautiful weather with those beautiful plants and not have to worry about rain or hail or floods or anything. Oh gosh. Do you guys remember last year when we did have floods and I don't know what else happening? People had car crashes and other people had weddings where they had to move everything. It was calamity. So yeah, been good. It's been good times, and I can't wait to see who rocks up to the offer. It's going to be a good one, and just see like the insights that guys have when they bring the lessons home. Literally bring the lessons home. You get downloads, you have your lives, you have your calls, everything to support you, and then of course the Express Your Healthy Masculine group, full of really smart, dedicated men willing to learn and do better and really get excited for life because they finally feel better about themselves and they can lead their woman to whatever the heck they want, which I also kind of go into. And I just had a Laura kit come in. That could mean anything. Thankfully nothing is, hello. Butchered the connection, so that's great. Alright guys, I'll be heading off. Do me any questions you have. I am so happy and thrilled to announce the update for the Masterclass. It's been a while. And I think you can hear the neighbors' kids now. So, yeah. Alright. Talk to you guys soon. Much love. Go check out the page now. DM me if you're a bit lost. Hello. Wait. There we are. Alright guys, so you saw my whole world over here. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, and I'll let Instagram just see the full guy for a second. They're all such poses. The animals are always like, what's going on? And I'm like, nothing, I can't feed you yet. Isn't that right, mate? Alright guys, enough bumping from animals. I'll see you guys soon.